The recommendation I've always put, which I think they are doing and they've also taken it head on, is the fact that if you look at the figure in totality, it may scare you. I mean, it's in the neighborhood of our GDP. So you may say, where are you going to get $60 million from? It's ambitious, but not unsurmountable. What I say is, they've already started the segregation. They're starting with the first phase of over $12 million US, and that is doable. So the key advice is to segregate it. And when you also segregate it and you go to the capital market, you're not going to scare anybody off. And I think they are already doing that. They are on course, and I support the strategy of, partitioning it, modeling it into various financial models in terms of the quantum. Let's say starting with 12 billion, I think that's the way to go. And if you also want me to ask that with energy transition, where are we going to get this money from? I think we're going to get the money. I think with concerted effort, especially if you look at the nature of our downstream and then the way it is vibrant. Any investor looking at the nature of our downstream that controls about 7 to 8% of our GDP, I think that's enough catalyst to be able to drive investors into a sector of that nature. Yeah, so I think we've learned enough lessons to the extent that, we make them independent, number one. We start with them with partnership. And if you notice the cooperation, we're going to have a partnership, hopefully. So if you have a partnership, what it does is that efficiency-wise is guaranteed. So that way or that model, I think, is an excellent starting point, where government of Ghana is not taking the liability upon itself of $12 billion. That's going to be huge. But creating that enabling environment to drive the required partnership, I think, is the way to go. And I think that's a massive learning point for us. And even the other agencies that we've mentioned, we are trying to drive partnership. We don't want to operate them alone. We want to drive partnership, and with the partnership, I think that will create a lot of efficiencies, and that will drive profitability going forward. So far, we are doing our best. We are just sorting out the internal weaknesses, trying to get investors. The plant has not been operating for almost half a decade. You can imagine they are rotating equipment, but plans are far underway. We are going to close partnership very soon, hopefully. And also with the internal mechanism, especially where we have our terminal business. That's what we're currently doing now. We are taking it to the next level. We have a strategy called sweating the asset. Sweating the asset, meaning that we want to maximize the potential of what we have there. If you maximize the potential of what we have there, even after we get investors, we want to maximize the potential of that. Yeah. The way forward is just to become phenomenally efficient. So what we observe is what we've been saying before even we got to the hot seat. The internal weaknesses which we are tackling head on, just to make sure that the place is in a state that investors will look and find it credible, and that's what we are doing. And the reason why I think we are doing the right thing, or we are in the right trajectory, is the kind of interest that we are seeing. See many people interested in getting partnership with the refinery. It's a clear sign that we are on the right trajectory. Yeah.